Hey everyone, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some items that you should probably have on hand if you're going to be throwing a party and wine is going to be involved. So stay tuned. I have a bunch of things I'm going to breeze through today, so make sure you take some notes, and I'll have everything in the video description below or on my blog in case you're interested in picking up some of these items yourself. So let's get started. All right, first things first, if you're going to be having a party that's going to have wine involved, you need to have something to serve those in. So this is the point where you make your first big decision. Am I going to go the standard glass route, or am I going to go some sort of acrylic or silicone route? So on my end, I have two types of glasses. So first is your standard wine glass. So this is a wine glass for parties I picked up at my local store, H-E-B. I picked it up for $1.50. Solid glass, and it really does its part well. And I just kind of use this as also a casual thing around the house from time to time when I feel like using a stem. H-E-B also had a $1 champagne glass, or champagne flute, like I said, glass. Reasonably good quality, has a nice weight to it. It does its part too. Then, if you're not interested in glass, or you want to give a little bit more of a different experience, or you are concerned about people drinking too much, possibly breaking some of your glassware or hurting themselves with it, then you can go to what I use in all of my wine review videos, which is a Go Vino. So you can see it is contoured to fit a hand. It helps if I hold it on camera. It's acrylic. And they have two different variants for the wine glass. They have a dishwasher safe model and they have a standard model. So if you throw the standard model in the dishwasher, it will melt. Be aware of that. The dishwasher safe one is top rack friendly, so you can go ahead and throw it in there, clean it out, and you'll be good to go. They also have beer glasses. They also have, I believe, shot glasses and champagne flutes, all in that stemless, held or handheld and contoured design. So Go Vino is actually one that I like, and the reason why is I can do something like this and not worry about my wine glass shattering all over the place. So if me being the person I am, I'm clumsy even when I'm not drinking. So I want to make sure that I'm not going to be putting glass all over my house or all over my friend's house. I prefer to use the Go Vino. So next up is hardware for opening the bottles. All right, so first thing you're going to need is some sort of foil cutting mechanism. This was $1 whenever I got it at the store. I'm not even going to put a link to this because you can find these pretty much anywhere. It's just your standard riveted foil cutter. Put it around the top, wrench it around, and you're done. Then you need to figure out, now that I got the foil off, how am I going to open these? Well, there's a couple different options. Kind of do your standard screw, pull, corkscrew. This was $9 at the store. If you want to be a little bit fancier, or you're lazy, like I am, you can use a rabbit. This one is nice because it has a foil cutter built into the top of it, and it's rechargeable, so you don't have to worry about the batteries of it. So this has done this job, and this is a workhorse. They have a normal rabbit, which is sort of the corkscrew pull up and down mechanism. I've had one of those too. I loved it as well. It just depends on how fast you want it open and how lazy you are in the opening process. So for me, electric opener is nice to have. Another option, especially if you're going to parties and you're worried on if you're going to lose your opener or someone might misplace it, is I found this for $1.99 at a local liquor store, and all it is just a basic corkscrew. It has a hole in the top, so this fits through here. And now you have something to grab, and then you can stick it into the bottle, twist it, and then use leverage, pull it out, and when you're done, just caps back up. Well, yeah, in an ideal world, it's super easy to do, but I'm trying to record a video, so it's going to be hard. But yeah, so this is another option you can do, and that would just kind of slip into your pocket and carry it with you, and it's not taking up a bunch of space like this, or making a bunch of noise in a bag, or hitting against something like that. Now that it's open, how do we differentiate whose glasses are whose? Well, that goes on to my next section. Okay, so now that you have the wine open, you're about to pour it. So we've got a bunch of people around. They all have wine glasses that look the same. How are you going to differentiate whose wine glass is who? Well, there's a couple tips here. One, you can get some bangles. So these are some little things that fit around the stem of the wine glass. I use these all the time when I have guests over. I have kind of a winter themed one, and I have a just general grape theme with different colors on them, and I have about 6 per pack. So that let everybody kind of know whose wine glass is whose just by remembering what color they have. If they can't remember what color they have, I can't help them then, and they're probably just going to drink out of someone else's wine glass if they're not paying attention. Not my problem. Another thing you can do is they have these little silicone stoppers that kind of do dual duty for them. So these little silicone, I guess, shoes for the bottom of the wine glass do 2 things. One, it adds some grip, so you can't really, like, you see my camera moving, I can't really move this around too much whenever I'm trying to scoot it around, so it adds some stability to the wine glass. Also let you know from a color standpoint of, oh, I have the blue foot, that's the one I'm going to use, or that's my glass, and it just kind of makes it easy from sight. Another more creative option, if you're crafty, is there's chalkboard paint on the bottom of this glass. So I could actually get a piece of chalk and just write names on it. I can write something else, messages. And so that way people go, oh, I'm the one that says Happy New Year, or I'm the one that says Tom. If you're someone who's crafty and you want to have a nicer looking presentation and something that you could also probably give away as a gift at the end of the night if you didn't want a whole bunch of glassware with chalkboard paint on it. Now, if you do, that's cool. These are mine. But you could also give them away. It's kind of a nice thing. All right, so now you have the wine glasses. You have the wine bottle open. You have glasses marked, so you know who's going to be drinking out of which glass. Now you're probably thinking, all right, so do I just pour it in or what? Well, you can. I mean, that's one option. Another thing I like to do is I have a aerator funnel. And the thing I really like about this is as a detachable stainless steel screen. So it'll capture any pieces of cork that come through or any other sediment, and that will prevent it from coming out. And also it aerates it as it's pouring it out of the wine. So it increases the flavor of the wine and gives it a little bit more aromatics in the bowl, but also kind of makes sure there's none of that junk left in the wine as it's going through. Now, I will be honest, if you pour it too fast or if the sediment is really fine, it will go through the screen, but it does a really good job in keeping the glasses clean whenever you pour them. So that's one option. You can use that directly over the glass, or you can use it in something like this. And so this decanter is a nice decanter that I got a while ago when we got married. And this is not necessary, but if you want, you can have this as sort of a showy way of not only letting the wine breathe, but having a way of pouring it out and just have it be more fun. This holds 1 bottle, well, maybe probably hold 2 bottles, but I wouldn't really put more than 1 bottle into it, just because then it defeats the purpose of kind of giving it that additional volume, so it can open up a little bit more naturally in the air. So I'll put a link to this below in case you're interested as well, but this is another thing that you can do that will just kind of make it easier for you in general whenever you're hosting. Okay, so now the party is wrapping up. Everybody's had some wine, people are feeling good, they're about to go home. Please be safe, always plan ahead. But people are about to head home, and maybe there's some leftover wine bottles that have been opened but aren't complete that people want to take with them. Cool, we got you covered on that too. So first, here are these little silicone flower toppers. Nothing fancy, but the thing I love about these is they're cheap. They were $2 each, and they're washing machine safe. So I can put them in my washing machine, clean them out, make sure there's no gunky wine buildup that goes in them, and they're absolutely fantastic. I have a red one for when I'm feeling saucy, and have a pink one because my wife loved this pinkish purplish color and she made me buy it. Anyway, so that's that. Another option is this stopper. Now this stopper is probably about 2 to 3 inches tall. It is bigger, but one of the things that you'll have here is a spout inside of it. So you can actually put this in the bottle, use it as a pouring mechanism, cap it. Now the 2 things I don't like about this are, one, you have to kind of cram it in hard if you want a good feel or a good set at the bottom of this ring right here, and the top doesn't necessarily feel as tight as I would like it to be. So if you do put that over, it might leak a little bit right here, or it might leak a little bit at the top, but it will do its job for the most part in terms of helping you get things back, as long as you can kind of keep the bottle from shifting around and stuff. Now, if you have a problem where things are going to be shifting around a lot, or you don't have a lot of space in your fridge or other stuff, you can take a look at one of the things I just reviewed and posted a video on. It's the wine condom. So you can go ahead and get some of these, just stretch it over the top of the bottle. It sits pretty much flush with the top, and it prevents things from leaking out, and it does a really good job of it. So I would definitely recommend buying these again, especially if I'm going to a party. I want to save the wine bottle. I don't want to carry a bulky stopper. I'll just stick it in my pocket and just bust it out at the end of the night. And on top of that, everybody will probably get a chuckle out of it and remember it and then think, wow, he planned ahead. Or they'll think, wow, he's a dork and carries wine condoms in his pocket when he goes to parties. Either way, I don't care. I'm taking the bottle home. The last option that you have are, this is a stopper for a vacuum sealer. So this would be the choice that I was going to have on hand with me if I'm going to take the bottle home. I'm not going to open it anytime soon, probably within the next handful of days, like somewhere between 3 to 5 days. I'm not going to finish it then. And I want it to store for a long time without having any additional oxidation. So this will sit in the top, use the vacuum sealer, it pulls the air out. You probably want to touch it up every couple of days just to make sure it's there. And then when you're ready to open it, you just release it and pull it out and you're good to go. And hopefully your wine is in the same state as it was in before. Benefits of these, like I said, keeps the wine longer, prevents it from oxidizing, and the vacuum seal kind of pulls it in tight, so it's kind of harder to pull out, though not impossible. Cons, it doesn't sit flush with the top of the wine bottle like the wine condom does, and you do have to have the vacuum sealer to put it on, otherwise it just is kind of a leaky topper. So that's something that you need to consider as well whenever you are trying to choose that. So that gets you from the start of the party to the end of the party. There's a ton of other wine products out there, including one of my favorite ones to have during the party, which I didn't mention on here, which is the Chambong. And I would encourage you to look at my product review for that. That is a total blast. I'm going to bring that to every party I go to going forward. I think it's just fun to watch people try to experience it for the first time. And as well as just, it's really fun. It kind of like livens up the party whenever I bring it out and people see it. Hopefully this has helped you kind of figure out what you need whenever you plan your next party. One of those things, like I said, should be the Chambong because it's a blast. And I'll put a link to my video review for the Chambong in the description below. So anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime signing off. Have a good one.